We're about to get underway with our first match. Turkey with the serve in red, playing from left to right, and it's a dream start for Turkey. The American team so used to passing the ball and service reception that it's not unusual to see them transfer to the libero position. And that'll do. So on to the floor, captain gets her first point.
She's played her club volleyball in Turkey for several years now, so she'll be comfortable looking at the faces on the other side.
Murphy, left-hander, two left-handed opposite players for the USA. Number 5 back at the service line. Serving strongly, Turkey. So now come once again, getting them a second go at this. Setter out of the equation. And another good pickup, good positioning here from this Turkish team. But at last, USA get control of the ball.
And they run such a fast offense.
Give them a decent serve, but a good strong response through the middle from Turkey. We're going to see a lot of this today.
Good effort.
Turkey 3-2, best of 5 sets in each of our matches. 25 points is the target. So plenty of volleyball to come in this one. And Murphy.
Her comfort zone, but she just used a quick snap.
And they also lost, remember, to Serbia in June. So the two opponents they play in Pool B are two opponents, the only two opponents they've lost to this season. Good height through the wing. Yeah, nicely used.
Turns at the last minute down the line.
Nice work off the block and out to serve.
Bit too tight. That's a really hard ball to set.
Dale. Lloyd likes to set a fast, flat ball, and it has to be precise.
Yeah, a pass like that is perfect.
Still in play. Good defense from the USA. And again. Backline offense, though, is blocked.
She was out of rhythm.
So Larson stopped. Monster block from Turkey. Oh, played by Lloyd. But again, not that accuracy for the US hitters to really go at the ball. And Turkey recycled that one easily. Kilometres per hour. We'll see spikes harder than that, though, during the course of this week. Gosh, into the net. Well, that's frustrating.
And they haven't been getting perfect balls to the setter. You just need to make them play the ball.
And out, off the block, and Turkey go into the first technical timeout. Now, take a look at these rotations. As we move through our 6 rotations for the USA, that's a relatively straightforward one for Carly Lloyd. So easy for her to get into position, but there's 2 points of safety goggles off. Or Akinadeo. She hands them to the libero, Robinson, who vacates the court. And a good piece of defence from the middle blocker. Coach Kirai trying to feed as much into the machine as he can.
Good rally. Oh, a bit of miscommunication.
Go for Turkey. And another pickup for Akinradeo.
That's good defense from the middle blocker.
And the roll down the line, he's out, unfortunately. Larson, not much of an angle to work with. Captain back to the service line. Really Adam Dunda for Turkey.
That's what they need.
That's impressive. Gibbelmeyer on that slide.
And that's what they've done there.
Lloyd into the back line. So 3 tall blockers in the front court for the USA for the next 3 rotations. Can they make it count? Well, they certainly do off that attack. Larson cleverly rolling it into the block for the point with those hands as a middle blocker.
Yeah, definitely. And if you just sort of go straight up with the hands, you're gonna get used, because at this level, attackers know if you're not up and over the net, then the attackers are just going to use the ball and send it off.
Powerful spike from Larson, but just long. Now, are the USA going to have a look at this? Because Turkey 10-all with the USA in this opening game of the Volleyball Nations League finals here in Nanjing in China. And if this is a sign of things to come, Kira, then we're in for a crack.
That one.
That's why Lauren Gibbermai is leading the blocking stats for Team USA at the moment. Good shot on the line from Bosch, though, just changing it up, hitting from the left side of court.
Out of the right side.
Gibbermai to serve.
Ooh, that's a free point for Turkey.
Ganesh. A decent pass from the USA, but can't get the first attack away. And this one's been defended as well. Second go for Turkey. And it's still in play, but not quite recovered. And I think we're going to see a carry called by the referee. Oh dear. Oh, that rotation. Another cushion for Turkey here. Bosch has to just tip that over. Murphy in off the wing. Oh, that's clever hitting. That wasn't the easiest substitution that we often see used here by Team USA. Misha Hancock comes in as the new setter. And then Drews comes in to replace the setter Lloyd in front court. Effectively, USA going to extend their run of tall blockers in the front line. Sometimes works, sometimes. Overpass dispatched, and still USA service. No, let's see if she can hit a serve.
Now we've jinxed her.
Good serve, but well passed by Robinson, and a great pickup from Akos. Oh, super rally and super finish from Turkey.
Which ones? In which direction? Sort of down the line.
Well, it's always is that you need information, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think every position on the court needs information and a little bit of direction. I mean, the girls will have had several days to have studied their stat sheets, and they will have had at least 5 pages full of information on the tactics and the techniques and of the team that they're going up
to serve. So that's either position 1. It won't be player 1 because that's Hancock, the backup setter. And it's a serve that has worked. Turkey get another go. And the tip finds the floor. And as we go in...
Turkey will be feeling confident right now, and the USA will be looking to find some different tactics. See what will make it work.
Good block. Well, we talked about the block before the start of this game, and Erdem there is just...
For the attacker.
It's so easy to say, isn't it, from the commentary booth? It's tough down there on the floor. Good serve, it's in the corner. USA have the option to ding away from the Americans. Good serve from Ismailoglu. Better coverage this time from the USA. And a touch to...
If not be subbed in the next couple of points, she's on the bench, which means Karch has sort of called her from the gallery to be ready to go in, which she will be happy to do, I think.
And not allowed to happen, but it would have been a bizarre one if it had happened. Akinrado stays on court and serves. Backline offense from Bosch, and that is as good as it gets. Super spike. Carly Lloyd will come back into the action. Oh dear, and Robinson off her arms and into the crowd. Another ace for Turkey.
That looked lunging at the same ball, and it goes off the arms.
Erdem.
Ooh, that's lucky for USA.
Well, they'll take that because it's a stay of execution in the possible. It hasn't worked, though, for the moment. Lloyd to serve. Bosch. Good defence from Robinson. And Larson this time manages to spin the ball down the line. Very nice shot from her. Now, can they finesse their way back to 24-all? That's a huge ask. And there we go, first set to Turkey, and I have to say, in relatively straightforward circumstances, 25 points to 17. Say, at the moment, not in this match. Away we go then with set 2. And first point once again on the board to Turkey in red, playing from left to right in this second. Superb first set for her in the block. 3 points at the net. And another wonderful press from both blockers.
As far as the middle blocker is concerned.
Great shot from Bosch. Picking the line, had the space to do it. The situation running away with them. Robinson, better pass. And a better offence overall from the USA, coming through the middle of the backcourt.
And so the other side, a little bit off.
That's on the floor now. Turkey might challenge this and say they think that the...
Have to be honest with their coaches, with the refs, because if they call a challenge, they know they're going to be caught.
Ace reduction of technology. Well done to the FIVB for introducing it into big competitions like this, and this is better from the USA. There's players on court generally, but it's not just about height middle blocking.
No, it's definitely not. I'm a bit biased, and I think it's one of the more difficult positions. But it's about footwork, it's about being strong in the air. You sort of have to read your setter on the other side. There's just a lot of...
Laugh at the middle blocker's expense. And now I've got to watch my words. I've got a world-class middle blocker alongside me in the commentary booth, Kira Michael. And a fine kill from Murphy. This is going to be...
You want to have the fast attack always an option, but generally more balls are going to go to the wings, and those players have to find a way to sort of save maybe more difficult balls that the out of system.
6-4 USA. Give them eye with the serve. Oh, nice attack, and Bosch at the moment remains fundamental. And they're all here in Nanjing. Easy ball, free ball for Turkey. And a beautiful run around the back of the setter for a good kill. Absolutely. 6-all. Once again, teams trading the points. Murphy, that's better. 3 in a row from Murphy, and that looks like...
Of play, and as all the coaches have been saying, the players didn't really have as much time as they would have liked to sort of get their rhythm together.
The team machines should be purring nicely here in Nanjing. Beautiful. Oh, well picked up though.
Good cover.
Another chance for Turkey here. No, it didn't quite work in the middle, so USA get another go through Hill. She just over-rotates as she hits that one out of court.
Won half the battle, and a lot of these players are so tall that the block has to penetrate, and they've lost a little bit of height there, so the players are aiming to hit over the block, ideally, if not around.
Akin Rodeo does that again, but the defence position well for Turkey. Bay, no, that didn't work to Bosch, so free ball to the USA. And that's how you do it. Good fast set outside to Hill, and Hill...
Exactly what USA did just there.
That's all. Hill to serve. 5 points at the moment to her name in this game. Murphy has 6, Larson has 6, Gibbermeyer has 4 for the USA. So workload being evenly shared. Good recycle, another free ball to the USA though. And tipped for the point by Larson. And that was close to the line. It's been given in, so Turkey have to challenge this one. And
minute form it's in, which sometimes from the human eye is just impossible to see.
And there we go. What do I know? Ball's out and ball's out. Everything going their way at the moment. Spay in the back line, so have to be a bit careful with that one. No, tried to get it off the net and back into play, but didn't work. By the offence, that's why they wear them. There we go. Minus the goggles. Akin Rodeo to serve. And she's defended well so far, but won't get a chance to do so after that serve.
And there's a run of points and then a run of errors for both sides. That's a good cover.
Good pick up from Hill. Murphy can't get the full swing on it, but still gets it in
position. But it looked like there was a bit of a communication problem. They were both there, but they looked at each other and the ball fell.
Yes, with power, Turkey have been comfortable in defence, picked up a lot of the US attacks, but they've been a little suspect shorter on those tips. Bosch with her first error of the game, but a nice line-up on the block from her star player. US setter Carly Lloyd with the serve. Good couple of rotations for the USA now. Wide from Bosch, 2 hitting errors in a row. So Turkey's second challenge. I think this one a little more speculative. Just 18 years of age, but doesn't play like that in the front line. No, too low from the Americans in attack again.
This case it didn't work.
Well, perfectly legitimate tool in your arsenal, the reuse play, just to get that ball back into some kind of attacking option. Into the net tape from Gibbermeyer. USA would have to challenge this now, 4 touches against them. There we go. Good call, USA. 3 challenges, all 3 successful across both teams. Gone over the net, touched the arm, and she was right. Finish to serve again. Good high contact point from Gibbermeyer. On ball 7 with her spike approach. So that's above a hoop on a basketball court, and that is impressive. Super spike through. Whoa, 83.7, and they're starting to want. Murphy with a mistake. Still no sign of Michelle Barsh-Hackley on court, their leading scorer. Heavy hitting through both wings. A good serve from Gibbermeyer. This will be a free ball USA. Well passed. Oh, good pick up from Akosh. That's a huge hit. Ismailou inside the block.
Just put your arm in the way. That's a block.
Out, Turkish point. That's coming up later today. Back to this one though, and back to the USA in some trouble here as we go into the business end of set 2. And 2 solid blocks in a row, and that's Erdem next to Özbek. And they're
able to get the block. That's always a huge boost for the team.
Ismailou with the serve onto Robinson. It's going to be controlled by Turkey. Out wide and off the block for the kill, and this time Hande Baladin with the finish.
As your own cushion on your side, if you're winning, you want the cushion to be enormous. You want all the points, but yeah, you just try and take it 1 point at a time.
Oh dear, well, it's a litany of errors, I'm afraid, on the USA side of the net at the moment. Bit of old school might go down well here from Carly Lloyd. Just set it high and set it wide. There we go. Old school's not always bad. Drews comes in for Lloyd in the front line. Hancock in for Murphy in the back line as the USA continue with the big blockers. All 3 of them in the front court.
Let's pick up.
Brilliant rally. No, free ball, Turkey. Oh, superb. Well controlled in the end by Erdem as that just dropped off the top. Tough day at the office so far for the Americans. Turkey lead 20-15, and once again in the business end of the set, they've run away with it. Oh dear, and an ace off Robinson, and it's all good. And Barch Hackley in the number 14 shirt, their best scorer so far on the VNL, and gets roofed out of sight by Ojbey first up. That's two big blocks, but another slightly low set.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a low set.
Oh, another monster block from Ojbey, as you may have heard from the Stadium P8. Oh, and that's going to be Turkish point as well. Front court setter. She's got to be allowed to set the ball. So fault, quite rightly called by the referee. And Barch Hackley not passing particularly well since coming on from the bench. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, bizarre. USA have another go at this point.
Turkey's defending really well.
Oh, what a rally. Ojbey goes reverse to Bosch, who has to tip. USA get another swing. Barch Hackley doesn't put it away. USA again. Barch Hackley again. And this time it's away and out.
Great rally.
71 points it is now in the VNL. Good block. This is more like it from the Americans. Drew's next to Akin. Timing right. Oh, big shot from the new opposite player on court, but good.
No, you're not allowed. You can't just swing, swing, swing and expect to make points. I think you'll see. You might start to see some more tipping or roll shots from the USA team.
24-17. Plenty of set points for Turkey for a 2-0 lead.
Six match points. Sorry, set points. It's not a bad position to be in.
Larson, good work.
Good use off the hands of the block.
USA can earn another point here. It's tight. Good fight from Larson. Free ball Turkey though. This should be the set here for the team in red. Not quite. Drews tips, easy read. Ojbey goes wide. Bosch misses. So a little bit of pressure here being applied.
Builder, and they'll try and go all the way with it. They got a bit lucky, I think, on that last swing by Bosch. They're ready for that one.
Ribeiro has to bump the ball into the air, and that's never good timing for the outside players. Baladin is roofed. Some cracking competition across the planet over the last 5 weeks, and we finish here in the women's division in Nanjing. Now, can Turkey finish here in set 2 with a kill? No. Great work from the Americans. Bosch. Good pick up from Akin Radeo. They scramble it back over. Well, the whistle's already gone, so that would be a net or a line, centre line infringement from the Americans. They can possibly challenge it. No, it's not a Turkish challenge. A bit of everything, really. But it has to be looked.
Ball shots, they're finding them down the line, so I think that'll be a key for them again this set.
Away we go then with set 3. Turkey in the red playing from right to left. They've won the first point in the previous 2 sets, which could be an omen.
Have the confidence that they've done it before and they can do it again. Get to a 5th set, that is. again that they have to come back from.
Better start. But Mayan Akinrodeo. So not too many changes for the USA, just that one. Wing spiker position, and no need for Turkey to change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. But this game, and it's how well his team deal with that will tell us where this result is going.
Yeah, they're definitely not the kind of team to just sort of roll over and say, all right, 2 sets up, game's yours. They're going to fight back. So definitely see that in this set.
V here in Nanjing, which is a bit of bad luck. And a good finish from Bosch. Went a little bit quiet back half of the...
Find a way through the US block.
She has 9 points in this match so far. But somehow Turkey still have this ball in play. And if they win this point, that is ridiculous. Well, that's incredible.
Right past the inside hand of the blocker.
Good swing from Murphy. Yes, the attackers don't just hit straight through the ball. They look at it as...
The way her hand finishes is where the ball is going to go.
Trying for the hands of the block, the wing spiker for Turkey on that occasion, but missing. Them on 10. And Bosch, as I said, on 9. Nice from Güneş. I'm still struggling. Good swing, and that's what Barch Hackley brings this team off of the net.
Perfect set from the setter.
Well, new middle blocker, I can tell you, on court for Team USA. Just about to come into action in the middle of those 3 blockers. In the number 6 shirt to Tori Dixon, Pro Victoria. To get control of this ball and get it into Ojbe, the setter. Otherwise, USA will keep picking them off. No, not this time, though. Fine block out wide from Bosch on...
One-on-one for the hitter. Even there, she couldn't get through. It's really impressive blocking.
Bosch it is who made that block with the serve and pressures Barch Hackley down the line. Nice run around the back from Erdem, the middle player. They think it dropped in. Oh, millimetres in it. And Erdem's protest.
Chances are the refs couldn't have seen that.
I think that's going to be our new official VNL measurement, a hair. That's as narrow as it gets in terms of missing the court. Nicely done by the USA, straight back on it through Dixon. With the middle player around the back of the set, it was exclusive. I mean, it got used all the time, but now we see the pipe attack, we see the backcourt attack through 10. A lot of attacks now in this women's game.
And that...
Wow, all these players running at you, and you've got to make those decisions very quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about in a very short time.
Hackley picked up. Tori Dixon can't get a swing on that one. Bosch can't hit it either, and well watched by Robinson. It's a good piece of defensive work playing like this.
Yeah, definitely. As you said before, it's a game of momentum. It can swing one way, it can swing the other way.
What a hit from Bosch. Contacts in the air. He's way over the net. 2 points in it. Güneş back in the front line. Erdem, the other middle blocker, with the serve, and that's long. And just a couple of these worrying elements now creeping in. And that's the last thing USA need.
So that's Coach Guidetti's point.
Ojbe. 3 good rotations in the front court for Turkey now, with tall blockers. Setter in the back line. Larson had a good look at that block before she jumped to swing, and I think that just affected... Ojbe again. Dear me.
Miscommunication.
Good use, Turkey. And finally, the hit is good off the block.
If you're down 2 sets and then down a couple more points, then it's really hard to come back from that.
Straight substitution. Misha Hancock is in for call, because that's Coach Kirai saying we need a new setter out there. That's not just the double substitution.
When they were sort of 11-11, 12-12. Not a big deficit yet.
Hancock scrambles. What a play outside to Barch-Hackley. Goes there again. Third time lucky. It is. Kelly Murphy, though, is the player that does the damage. Bruce has come into the frame, hasn't played as much.
But she's doing a good job in this game.
And one of 2 players.
But there isn't a league in the US to speak of as of yet.
There's no pro league in the USA for players to earn their living there. So, from Turkey's point of view, though, not so good. Well, any more points and we'll be calling it a masterstroke to bring. So 3 points the deficit again as Güneş serves. No setter for Turkey. Ojbay with defence, but Boj again drawn in off the wing, and Titori.
What just happened?
Monster block from Titori Dixon. And another one. Titori says down. Referee agrees. The ball touched the floor. And so there is a floor touch.
In fact, you could see on the faces of the players, they didn't look convinced. They sort of looked over at Guidetti.
In red. Murphy to serve. Ojbay sent scurrying away from the net again, and Ismailou with a fine hit. That's a great kill from to 94 tall, comes in the opposite position. Nice way to mix it up from Turkey, but that is some hit. And Titori Dixon, her introduction where you want it to.
Exactly, that makes it easier.
Nice swing. Lovely cut across her body from Erdem to make the kill.
Directly in front of her, and she had to find a really sharp angle to get around her.
Oh dear. Too high and too wide, I'm afraid.
Readjust their dial.
And there's the problem that has been ever present in this third set for Turkey. Service errors. Decent serve, well passed, and nicely finished. So the plan didn't work, unfortunately, but you've got to... Turkey getting closer. Erdem to serve. Nicely done.
Perfect reception. Perfect.
Oh, what a pick-up from Barch-Hackley. His Karakut hit that hard. And America's still in the rally. No, not in my house, says Karakut, who's wearing the biggest number I've ever seen.
There's so much maturing, but she's very emotional.
Stays on court, so that double sub not reversed yet. Good finish from the USA team. Larson to serve. Ooh, just. Now, interestingly, Coach Guidetti has decided that
she's got a bit of fire for such a young player, so maybe that's what they'll need to turn it around.
Erdem to serve. 3 points to find for Turkey. Is this coming over? It is. Free ball. Great pick up from Larson. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. Look at this from Turkey. USA go again. Oh, and into the net from Akin Radeo. And that's the value of never... Yeah, just talking to her about the extension on that last set. Just didn't feel she was contacting the ball high enough for Akin Radeo. This has got to be correct, though. And that will do nicely. Very fast from hand to... And Barch-Hackley, the 3 blockers in the front line for the USA. That's strong. Oh, not quite from Dixon. Good shot from Murphy. And for the first time in this match, the USA Murphy to serve. First chance to win it. Comes to Larson. Kosh with the pickup. Bosch back on court for just a couple of points ahead of this next set, because that is where we're heading to set 4 as the USA begin to dig themselves out of what is a rather large hole here on day 1 of these Volleyball Nations League finals. And it isn't Lloyd that starts, it is Hancock in the setting position for the USA. We're back to normal service being resumed for this Turkish team. Third set.
And he'll go back to it.
That's a long run round to get to that.
Needs the ball to be. If it's too far outside, it's going to be really hard for her to attack, but that was perfect placement.
It's China to play the Netherlands on the opening day. Clever hit from Barchakli. Akinradeo back in the lineup, so Lauren Gibbermeyer on the bench now for the USA. Oh, well played. Oh, what a hit on the overpass from a piece of defence from Akinradeo to get that last ball into transition. Oh, good serve there off Ismailou. Free ball USA. Oh, they'll be kicking themselves there. Heavy hit cross court, but Kosh should have controlled that one. Turkish now libero, trained as a libero from the start of her volleyball career. It's the player that just dived on the USA side of the net. Converted wing spiker. But Robinson gradually finding her way into this match. Good work over on 2 from Hancock. The American setter in the front line, so she's able to attack that ball. Murphy to serve. Ojbay in the front line, not tight enough though for her to go for that second play. Instead, feeds the pipe to Bosch. Good serve from Erdem, well controlled by Barchakli. And gets her own spike away. It's her service reception. She's been the best of the Americans, so that's probably an indication why that pass looks a lot better now. Bosch dumps it over for the free ball. Robinson chases it. Well, Turkey just running out of steam a bit here. USA not doing anything particularly. Baladin, another youngster back on for Erkan. Baladin, 19 years of age, plays with the Azazbashi club in Istanbul. The other big club in Turkey, Vakifbank, also in the capital city. About to look like reality. Yeah.
Great serve.
Karakut is on for Bosch, so...
The jump float is just kind of falls before or after the reception. It's impossible to receive.
Particular speed. The critical numbers will start to apply and the ball will move. It'll drop down, it'll move sideways. And Turkey managing on court as well, Misha Hancock. But she's been there since the start of this set. Oh, what a play from Jordan Lyle. Has it annoyed the opposition coach? Oh dear, and Tori Dixon can't make Turkey pay for it off the back, but good cook. Baladin with the serve.
Good use. And that's why you...
Rotations in the front court for the USA now. But Hancock can't make use of the first one.
Just gives free points to the other side.
Oh, ripper of a spike from Barchakli through that pipe position in the...
Set her in such a way that the blockers didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah, I've been petitioning for a free net stat for the setters. We should have a prize at the end of the season. Which setter gets the most free nets for their attackers? 14-8. Andy cushion here for the team in white. Good serve from Larson. Beautiful pass, though. Ismailou goes wide.
He's been a bit quiet this game.
And Akinradeo gets the chance at an overpass. Not quite as easy to hit, though. Remember, Turkey came out on top of that one, 3-2, 16-14 in the fifth. So this game not over and done with. Good strong swing from Ismailou. Karakurt with the serve. Plays her volleyball with Vakif Bank in Istanbul. New setter Alikaya just distributing to Karakurt. Effective kill from the back line. Other sports clubs around it. Quite a strong model in European volleyball. Nice save from Hancock. That's a beautiful save.
Yeah, tight ball, and I'm not going to block her, but just that split second can mean the difference between getting the block and not.
Good blocking. And Barchakli, a libero on court, but not a libero, wearing a normal playing shirt, but normally Sariolu would be in the defensive position. So two defensive players in the back line for Turkey at the moment.
Yeah, I have to say I was surprised to see her on the roster as not.
Previous matches on the VNL over the last 5 weeks. And some interesting stuff when it comes to five-setters. We'll just let this point play out. Nicely done. Off the fingers of the block and out. No, it isn't. So Turkey would have something come off the block there. And while we wait for this challenge to come through, 5 sets was the USA. Well, that looked a long way clear, didn't it? And no fault on the net either, so successful against the States. USA just the one 5-setter, because remember, they've won 11 games, 3-0, sorry. So USA won 5-setter against Turkey and they lost it. And there's statistics and there's statistics, isn't there? That isn't any clearer about who you think is going to win this.
Yeah, and it really just comes down to the moment. I mean, think about how many 5-setters each player's had in their lifetime. I mean, they've played a lot of volleyball, so they're prepared for this, both sides.
US players in the substitution area getting into 11. Biggest lead that either of the teams has had so far in this match. Dear me. And that was a heat seeker.
In the 5th set.
Nice block. And incredible, isn't it? Just as we head towards the end of this 4th set.
We're talking about trying to get the middle more involved. Don't force it, but I'd really like to see a little bit more to Tori Dixon. Sounded like she was saying.
Oh, what a hit from Gunesh. And what a set from Alikaya. And some encouraging signs for Turkey here. Another good serve onto Barchakli. And beautiful from Tori Dixon.
There's that middle ball that they were setting. Get the middle involved. Get her, make their middle on the other side.
Karakurt somehow got a swing on that ball. The USA come back strongly. Tight. And USA can't save it. Another point for Turkey.
Don't think about that, but bring some momentum right now.
Nice work. Second time Hancock's gone over on 2. And the American setter
on one side and the middle is on the other side. And she will have been thinking, right, are they paying attention to me? Do they know I'm here? Let's just keep them on their toes. Think, free point.
It worked. Hill in for Dixon in the serve. USA with plenty of set points. And a wild hit from Karakurt. May see a challenge here from Turkey, but this set should be over and done with. And Coach Guidetti wants everybody in for a chat before for Turkey to get things underway. Barch-Hackley still out there for America. Misha Hancock, he's still the setter and the playmaker, and for a
young team and how that's the thing that he's most concerned about. And then looked like they had a lot of spirit after that point.
Ishmael serves again. Murphy comes in hard off the wing, and what we talked.
That's where she plays, so he'll know more than we know sitting here in the commenting booth. We've seen Bosch do a great job, but he knows day in and day out what Kara Kurt's capable of.
Big shot from a big player. Barch-Hackley putting away the ball for the USA, and boy did that. Captain for the USA. Larson with the serve. Good pick up as well from her. Off pace from Barch-Hackley, and Akosh just feeds the ball to Akan Radeo in the middle. And USA. Good forceful spike from the 18-year-old Gunesh. And that middle trading points all the way through this set. Barch-Hackley again from a long way off the net. Very difficult ball to
15, then USA will definitely have a strong chance.
Akan Radeo with the serve. Good shot, great feed from Hancock, but that's a big hit from Tatori Dick.
Good middles, they've got to use them because that's a quick and fast ball and a quick point.
Cross-court spike, well executed by Baladin. Karakut, another youngster. We've got 3 teenagers on court at the moment. Big hit from the service line. And this will be coming back. Nicely put away. USA remaining patient in the rally.
She probably thinks I've got nothing to lose. I think it's her first season with the adult national team. She's just going for it. And why not?
Over 180 points to her name so far.
Yeah, you usually see the wing spikers as the big point scorers, but
if you ask Libero to play in a normal coloured shirt, then you can get them into the play now and again. We have a couple of defensive geniuses out on court, and they don't need them on that occasion. Ball doesn't come back. Serena. Very good work again. USA.
Really difficult to defend that kind of ball.
Well, Tatori Dixon has done herself a few favours today. Played well since she's come onto court. Ashbeda serve. Key part of the match here. 3 good rotations for Turkey. And well negotiated by Larson. And surely a player that the USA will look to go to first up in their next game against Serbia. Oh dear, and the change of ends not doing Hancock any good. Continue to trade in this race to 15. Long serve from Turkey as well from Ismailoglu.
You want to go into the next match with a bit of confidence.
Good serve from Larson. And we finally get a serve in court, and it's an ace from Larson to serve again. Another good serve, another ace. And USA are pulling away in this decide.
In a 15-point set, it's really difficult to come back from that.
Turkey have to go again. Karakut is picked up. Oh, good scramble from Hancock. And again, Murphy puts it away, and the USA now on their way in for the... Larson with the service run that may just have won the match for the USA. And their luck finally runs out. Karakut.
To just whack at the ball, you know. Sometimes the older players will sort of tip and roll, but she's just going for it.
More experienced player on the back line now, Bosch. But that might be the last we see of Turkey's leading to serve. Good swing. Nicely off the block and out. Hande Maladin of Karakuk. Can she do anything here? No. Off pace, easy pass for Robinson. And a nice kill from right at the top of that 3-metre-25 reach from Barchakli. And 4 match points arrive for Team USA. They've turned this game around. Good cover from Larsen. Barchakli, wild swing and out, but according to the American players, that caught Baladin's head on this one finished. And this time Barchakli does it in style, a brutal spike down the line, and from 2 sets to love down, the USA have made their way back into this game to win it by 3 sets to 2, and that is a fine last kill from Barchakli. And it was never in doubt.
Well, that was a totally different team than we saw in the first couple of sets. Just completely different. Reception was better, serving was better, blocking was on point.